G'day guys, have you ever wondered how they're going to nail ballistics in an FPS game? Well, I'll break down how Madfinger Games have stepped it up and how they're taking it to the next level in Grey Zone Warfare. In a nutshell, forget your traditional health bar. In GZW, it's all about realistic ballistics. Your wound depends on what weapon and ammo is used, but stick around for examples as I dive slightly deeper into this because it's kind of complicated, and I'll also talk about how different combos will dish out unique injuries, and I'll show the footage that we have gotten. Going a bit deeper into the nitty gritty here, and it's going to be about the ammo, ballistics, and projectile simulation. It's going to be an insanely crafted system that goes into more depth than 99% of other games out there. So to understand how it works, we've got to break down bullet types to understand their terminal ballistic properties. The main things we've got to take into account are energy, velocity, and penetration. These factors weave a deadly dance, and guess what? Different ammo types dance to the beat of their own drum. So to start off, we have SP or soft point. These bad boys expand on impact, kind of like a grenade's blast radius widening when it explodes. They're perfect for taking down unarmoured crowd. The FMJ, or Full Metal Jacket. The FMJ is sort of like a sledgehammer smashing through a door, perfect for penetrating targets. AP, or armor-piercing rounds. Have you ever wanted to breach armoured defences? If so, these rounds are going to be your go-to. And lastly, the HP, or hollow point. These are the drama queens. They expand upon entry, causing absolute chaos wherever they go. Now, the projectile simulation includes a variety of detailed aspects, so I'll break it down quickly what projectile simulation consists of. So, in a nutshell, you have jacket damage and detachment, core deformation, or mushrooming, ricochets and destabilisation, and inside the body, Madfinger Games have calculated temporary and permanent cavities, revealing the true impact on soft tissue. When pitting soft lead core ammo, or something like the FMJ, against tungsten core rounds, or AP rounds, you'll see that the soft lead might have a tough time cracking a double-layered metal fence, while tungsten cores cruise through the barriers like a knife through hot butter. The simulation takes into account factors like kinetic energy, density, ambiguous angles, deformation, and the difference between full and partial penetration. It's kind of like comparing a snag on the barbie to a gourmet feast. It's not just about the bullet's path, but it's also about the punch it packs as well. When it hits, a bullet's energy changes based on its specs and what it's up against. So we're talking about rotation, deformation, tumbling, and how it acts after punching through stuff. Shooting through a wooden wall, it might cut the penetration, but it'll dial up the blunt force trauma. Just quickly guys, if you're liking these videos, it'd mean the absolute world to me if you can just hit that like button so I know I'm on the right track with them and you guys are enjoying them, and hit that sub button if you want to see some more. Cheers. So jumping back into it, and one thing that I wondered about was the Ricochet, and now they've given us details on the Ricochet physics. And let me tell you, the physics model is next level. When a bullet smacks a surface at an angle, it factors in the projectile and the obstacle as well. So if you're shooting at softwood, you'll get a wider ricochet angle and a lower speed compared to something like tough steel. And now get this, it's not just land action. The model mimics projectiles hitting water, like they have shown us in this terminal ballistics demo. So if you're keeping that impact angle steady, it bounces. Go beyond that and it's diving straight into the drink. Wrangling recoil is going to be an art, influenced by stuff like your gun's fire speed, its weight, and the ammo that it's packing. Every shot chips away at your weapon's weight, shifting the recoil game. So if you blast an AR-15, there's going to be a 10% recoil tweak between the full mag and the very last bullet. So let's talk about bolts. When that sucker moves in your firearm, it cranks up the felt recoil, making your gun dance around in your hands. But when it bounces back, it sorts things out a little bit. As your PMC is a special forces whiz, your training will help, but each shot's still going to be a surprise. And watch out for your stamina. Running and jumping is going to mess with your stability. Keep that energy and arm strength in check for top-notch precision. Body knowledge is going to be absolute key. Your PMC is no basic dummy. You're going to have organs, bones, and the whole shebang. Getting hit means dealing with gamified treatments that go beyond basic cause and effect. It's a wild ride based on ammo properties. Ricochet, damage, or stop dead are all meticulously calculated, mirroring real-life ballistics. From internal trauma to superficial wounds, it's going to be an absolute bloody roller coaster. Serious injuries are going to mess with your performance. Bleeding, organ damage, the whole works. Combat's a tricky dance, and even small injuries can snowball into big problems. They can cause limited movement, wonky aim, impaired hearing. It's going to be a mess, especially in the heat of battle. Make a ruckus and you may as well send out invites to your enemies. Worst case is blood loss, messed up vision, maybe even a coma, and only friendly PMCs are going to be able to pull you out of that nightmare. In Grey Zone Warfare, knowing and managing these risks is going to be the aim of the game. Now, that's just the basics. You can jump onto their website and read through the full devlog, but as I said, these are just the key points that I've taken away from it. If you want to know more about the actual game, click on this video here. Otherwise, I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.